Hello, welcome to a new year. I have a review sample from Elecrow to take a look at today. Today we're here to take a look at this Crowview FHD mechanical clamping display. It's a 14-inch display, and as you can see, it has a bracket for mounting on a laptop to extend the screen into dual screen mode. According to the box, it's a 14-inch FHD display, lightweight, compatible with multiple devices or game consoles. It can mount on between 13 and 16.5-inch laptops, uses USB-C or HDMI input. Well packaged in foam in here, and a bunch of accessories under it. But first, let's take a look at the display itself. Wow, that's a fairly dramatic peel. Okay, so first thing I'm seeing is it's kind of a brushed, sort of a matte finish bezel on it. It's a good size too. And on the back there is this clamping thing. I'm gonna have to look at the manual to see what all goes into this clamping thing, but assuming it, oh okay, oh well, it's got a sort of spring-loaded rack and pinion to clamp it that direction. And this one up here expands for different thicknesses of laptops. Okay, see what these other accessories are in the box. We've got a USB power supply, 2 amp 5 volts, 10 watts, all right. We've got an HDMI to HDMI mini cable. Okay. Oh, I didn't even look at the connectors on this thing. It's a little bit hard to see, but that's a couple of USB-Cs there. That looks like the mini HDMI. We'll just look at the legend on the back. So we have the mini HDMI. We have 2 USB-C / power, so either of them can be power or USB stuff. Headphones, okay. And then menu, up and down in the menu, and a return. So we have some controls on there. You know, as you would expect from any monitor, really. Anyway, let's get back to the accessories. USB strap, that's nice. USB-C to USB-C cable, very heavy feeling one. And then a USB-A to USB-C cable. All right. This is going to be a little bit challenging showing this thing on screen just because it is so big. But let's just take a quick look through the manual first of all and see what we can learn about it. So there's all the parts. Yeah, there is the clippy bits on the back that we saw earlier. Connections, yeah. Menu, yeah. Oh, there's a little kickstand on the back of it. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. All right. So that allows it to sit up like that. And I guess when it's spread out flat beside a monitor, then that'll allow it to stand at an angle and take some of the weight off your laptop screen. It looks like they've designed it so that it can clamp on either the right or the left side. You can hang it on the back of your laptop monitor, sort of tablet mode. Oh, you can stand it vertically. That might be handy just for standalone as a second screen beside your main screen on a desktop as well. Or you can use the kickstand to place it separately. And then it folds in for storage just like it came from the factory. And then there's how to set it up on a PC or a Mac. Nothing about Linux, but I will try that momentarily. There is the menus. We've got the usual sorts of menus that you'd find on a monitor. Brightness, contrast, sharpness, hue, all that kind of good stuff. More menu stuff, aspect ratio. And there's the specs. That's useful. So 14-inch, measured diagonally, of course. 1920 by 1080. That's good. 60 hertz refresh, 16 by 9. The power supply is 5 volts, 2 amps. Yeah, we saw that. It uses 4.8 watts. Apparently it's compatible with everything. And why isn't it? It's just a monitor. And it'll fit laptops between 13 and 16.5 inches with a thickness between 4 and 8 millimeters. Okay. So initially, I'm just going to hook this up using the supplied power cable and power connector and the supplied HDMI. I'm going to hook it up just to my workshop computer here and see what happens. So just as a first look, it looks like a pretty good display. This is Yeah, like I said, this is just straight off my shop computer. I don't see any problems with it. It's a little bit difficult to show on camera with the glare from the studio lighting and stuff. It looks actually brighter than that in person. Now then, how am I going to experiment with this clampiness? I guess I'll grab a couple of laptops, and I don't have room here, so I'm going to have to go to a different location. Hopefully it doesn't sound too distracting for you when I get over there. Stand by. Okay, here we are in a larger space, the floor and basement and the rec room. Anyway, as you can see, I've got it connected to my Dell rugged laptop from work, and it clamps on there fairly solidly. You can extend the screen nicely, and it just works like any other extended monitor should. Right now I got it connected with the HDMI cable, and it works just as it should. Let me just rearrange this slightly and use the USB-C, because of the laptops I've got available, this is the only one that's got USB-C that can deliver video. So just stand by for one moment. All right, now I've only got the USB-C connected to it, no HDMI, and so it's getting its power and its signal from the laptop through that single cable. If I plug in the other USB-C, which is going into the wall wart, it actually charges the laptop through there, through the USB-C cable to the laptop, which was surprising and kind of neat. I'm not sure if that's supposed to work like that, but it does. The laptop told me it was charging. So that's kind of neat. And as you would expect, this acts just the same as if it was connected with the HDMI. It just automatically picked it up, just like, again, any other monitor you'd expect to. As for the mechanical stuff, it does fit around the screen on the side there, and this is clipped on the top, and the clip is on the side. But with the hinges on this laptop are strong enough to hold it at any angle. If I wanted it to go way back, I could use the kickstand. But again, the hinges on this particular laptop are strong enough to deal with that, so that's not a huge problem. The only difficulty with putting the monitor on this particular ruggedized laptop is these really thick bumpers on the corner. I couldn't get this top clip to stretch out quite far enough to go over that. But the side clip and the extending side clip on this side will go over the main part of the monitor bezel. So that's enough to hold it just with the two of them clipped on, and this top one just sitting up here acting against gravity, essentially. Let's try this on a couple of other laptops. This is an ancient HP, what are you? Compaq 6910 model, back when Centrino was a good chip to have. So it, yeah, let's see. Yeah, that does clip on there. I find these little clips a bit fiddly to spread out, get on, but if I do it like that, and come in, like that. So I've got two sides on now, and then I just grab this third side, poke it out, and it clips on there. And that is holding on. Oh, that one's let go. This one just folds in for storage. So I said, I'm finding it a little fiddly, but you can get it on there without too much difficulty, even with my big fat fingers. So that's on there, and again, the ancient hinges of this one are holding it just fine. And of course I could put down the kickstand if I wanted to on the back. That's good. I've got one other laptop here. Hang on for just a moment and I'll try it on that one. This one is so old, the battery is dead. It doesn't even run. I don't have a power supply for it. I just keep it around. I don't even know why. Maybe I'll do a teardown one day. I don't know. Anyway, let's try a different laptop. So third laptop, another really old one. This is an HP Pavilion, essentially a Chromebook that used to be my daughter's school computer. And as you can see, it's just as happy on there. This one has a much thinner bezel on it, so that clipped on quite easily, no problem. The only issue with this, because this laptop, the hinges are buggered up, I've set the kickstand back to hold it, but this can sit at whatever angle it wants, and as long as the laptop hinges aren't messed up like this one are. Life is good. Let's try putting this on the other side, just for kicks. So in order to do that, you just have to unclip this top clip from there and put it onto the bottom. And it becomes top clip for that side. Flip it over and attach it exactly the same way. This would be easier if I wasn't trying to do it on video, but get the idea. There's the two side clips on, and pay no attention to that. That's my temporary fix for this bad laptop. But there you go. It just goes on there just like that. And then you have to go into the laptop settings, of course, and set the settings for this. Actually, there we go. I'm not so used to working in Windows, so it took me a bit of time to find the option to flip the screen, but as you can see, it works just fine if you put it on that side as well. The only thing that's missing is the kickstand only goes in one direction. So right now the kickstand can't go down to the ground. On the other two laptops, that's not a problem. On this one, because it's old and the hinge is busted, I've had to put something behind here to hold this up. But it's not a problem otherwise on the other two laptops, as I said. And I showed you I wasn't even using the kickstand on them, and it worked just fine. So that is pretty neat. And as I said, it's a nice bright screen. You can see that it's actually brighter than the natural screen on this one. So I don't know what more to say about this other than that I like it. It's a cool little display. And what are they selling it for right now? $152 American, currently on sale. They've also got it on their Amazon store. I'll put links to both their webpage and their Amazon webpage if you prefer that down in the description. Of course, they're going to be affiliate links because that's just the way that YouTube works, right? Another interesting option that it's suggested in the manual is using it in this orientation, which for displaying pages of text or PDFs or something seems like a really good idea to put that beside your main monitor in that orientation. And like that, it's just sitting on its stand and you can adjust the angle to whatever makes you happy and doesn't give you glare from the other lights in your room. Anyway, that's a quick look at the Elecro CrowView Full HD mechanical clamping display. 14-inch display. Yeah, HDMI, USB-C power, USB-C input as well. I think it's a pretty neat thing, and I think I'm going to find some uses for this around here. I'm not sure whether I'll use it as an extended monitor like this. I might actually add it to my video editing rig, or I may use it in that vertical orientation to display text alongside of what I'm working with. Thanks for watching. As always, questions and comments down below in the comments section. I'll talk to you later.